Welcome to my newest video. So with Wrestlemania coming up, I decided let me talk about my experiences of the Wrestlemanias I went to. I've been to three. I've been to Wrestlemania 17, 25, and 38. I've already done a video on 17 and should be already uploaded by this point. So this one is going to be 25 on 25. 25 was in Houston, Texas, at the home of the Houston Texans, at the Houston Lions Stadium. So basically, what I'm going to be talking about is, of course, the event itself and stuff that's around that he was doing around the WrestleMania and stuff, and compare this experience to what my experience with the 17. A couple of things that were the same, just a couple of things that were different. So going into this card, the two matches I probably was looking forward the most to was the Chris Jericho versus Ricky Dragon Steamboat, White Piper, and Superfly Jimmy Snuka. It was a 3-1 handicap match, elimination match. So basically, Jericho had to eliminate Snuka, Steamboat, and Piper in order to win. But all they had to do was pin Jericho, and the match was over. And I think initially there were rumors going around that saying that it was going to be Mickey Rourke versus Jericho, because Jericho was crapping on the movie The Wrestler and stuff. He probably liked it, but his storyline. But I believe O'Rourke was about way he get filming another movie, so he couldn't do a match. But he did knock out Jericho after the match, after he won. The other match I was looking forward to was Undertaker and Shawn Michaels. This was, I believe, the first match since the Royal Rumble in 1998, at least singles match. I know they were in the ring. I'm trying to think what year. Undertaker won the Royal Rumble in 07. And there were the last two for that one. Then the following year there were 1 and 2. But this was the first 1-on-1 match without anyone else getting involved. And I probably think this should be a main event. So when people talk about the crowd at this match, they think yeah, we were, because I know I was. Let's see. So this was the card where it has CM Punk won his second straight Money in the Bank, only man or woman to win 2 straight. He's the only person who technically has won 2 Money in the Banks. Either Edge and The Miz have cashed in twice. Both the second ones, they won the briefcase off of someone for different reasons. And some people might argue that Carmella has won 2 as well, because when she won the one for the Money Bank pay-per-view, she had some help from it with James Ellsworth. So they redid the match again on SmackDown, and again James Ellsworth helped her again there too. But we're not talking about that. The one match I probably could have done without, or was the Women's Battle Royal. Probably, well, 2 reasons for that one. One was, trust me, I do like Kid Rock, but it would probably been better off if they was able to introduce all 20 women into the ring. Plus, Mae Young was the special timekeeper, and it would have been nice to have her being announced in front of the WrestleMania crowd as well. Plus the fact that that now on the DVD release, and I think on the network as well, because Kid Rock sing them into the ring. Now it goes like it cuts right into the beginning of the match, and you hear like some maybe might have been Tony Chimmel, but one of the announcers kind of quickly going through all the names and stuff. So if they had done something different with them, I'm not saying I would like it better, but I would have helped a little bit, and not having Santino win it. But then again, I realized they were doing it because of storyline stuff with Beth Phoenix. Trying to think with any other thoughts on that one. I remember having from where we were sitting, I had a good shot. I believe it was Matt. Might have been, no, it was, I think I can't remember which one, but it was Matt and Jeff Hardy were had a match, and I can't remember which one of them. Might have been Jeff flying off the ladder, but I'm not sure where the digital copy of it is now. So that kind of sucks. I may never downloaded it either to tell you the truth. But an interesting fact about there's been 3 times where Wheel Brothers have faced each other in WrestleMania. Owen and Bret Hart at WrestleMania 10, Jeff and Matt Hardy at 25, and then Jay and Jimmy Uso at 40. So every 15 years, 2 Wheel Brothers faced off. And the reason I got put Wheel Brothers is the fact that got Undertaker and Kane, and either one of them, and they're storyline brothers. So it's pretty cool. So it was a overall pretty cool event. One good cool thing was I came home with a chair so as well. Now stuff around it. So at this point, SmackDown was still being taped on Tuesdays. So this in 2009. I can't remember where SmackDown was actually taped. So it wasn't in Houston, but while I was in Houston the next night. In 17, while I was not in Houston, it was in Fort Worth, Texas. And that night, you had the return of Batista. And another cool thing about that was they had, I think it was 8 tag team match, and so like I said, I can see Steamboat wrestle again. And after the match, I remember John Cena being on his team, and CM Punk being on his team. I can't remember, and I think it was Jeff Hardy. I think it was. I know Cena didn't turn heel on that. He just did that Elimination Chamber this year. Bad joke, but after the faces won, Hardy, Punk, and Cena left Steamboat in the ring to get the crowd, us fans in the crowd, to give us flowers. So that was cool. That's probably the main 2 things other than and Vicky Guerrero. Maybe they're not that she officially became general manager of Raw, but she was on Raw for the first time. And I always remember hearing about SmackDown because, like I said, it was taped on Tuesdays at that point. And so a lot of times they would have to redo a lot of our segments. Where she came out, said something, can't remember what it was, but said something, went to the back, then about a minute later came right back out and redid it again. It was on live TV, so I think it was kind of embarrassing. Remember, at that point in 2009, it was still 2 hours long. It wasn't 3 hours yet. It still had about another 3 or 4 years before it went to 3 hours. So we had the WWE Hall of Fame. It was before I go into that, it was in 17 didn't have a Hall of Fame ceremony. So The Hall of Fame initially started in 1983, the Andre the Giant. Then 94, 95, and 96, they had ceremonies. Wasn't to the public, and most of it wasn't recorded. But but I think it was, I want to say Survivor Series weekend. And then with WrestleMania 21, no, with WrestleMania 20, take it back 20, they started doing it again. So like we had, like Stone Cold Steve Austin was the headliner. So you had Ricky Dragon get inducted, also had a match. Second straight year that someone being inducted, also had a match the next night. I remember it was still one day. So Coco Beware was inducted. The Terry and Dory Funk Jr. and Terry Funk were inducted as brothers. The Von Erich Tommy was inducted. So Karen, who was still alive, were able to accept it on behalf of his family. Cowboy Bill Watts, he was a promoter up in Oklahoma. Honestly, on a side note, I know I'm not the only person. I thought Paul Bosch should have been inducted. He from the 50s to about 85, or 86, there was, in the territory days, called Houston Wrestling, and he was the promoter for that. And he ended up sending his time slot to the WWF at the time, like 85, 86, so that's when I started watching. Wrestling was in mid-80s. Well, my mom had it on. I wouldn't really pay too much attention, but WWF took over his time slot. I'm not going to go too much into that because him not being inducted, he should have been. But I mean, he was inducted like years later, but wasn't like it was like well, they named like 10 people who in the like legend, in the golden age, I guess, or whatever, something like that. But that's not, to me, that's not the same thing. I don't know I think that was a celebrity too. I can't think of it right now. The both Raw and the Hall of Fame ceremony was at the Toyota Center in downtown Houston. Then there was something called WWE Access, which they've been doing since at least 2001, maybe 2000, because they had access in 2001. They had one or two things on sessions on Friday. They had like 2 or 3 on Saturday, and I think they had one on Sunday. So if you want to go to all of them, you had to buy a separate ticket to each and every one of them. And you got to get pictures taken with some of the superstars and autographs. And basically anyone that was on the card, because I went Sunday, that's the only Sunday. Anyone that was on the, and actually that's the reason why I only went on Sunday, which I'll get to in a second. Well, probably was because I went to Hall of Fame Saturday night. That's part of the reason why I only went on Sunday. But so none of the bigger names that were on the card would have been signing anything, because obviously, and if you went Saturday night to that instead of Hall of Fame, you wouldn't have gotten anyone about the big names either, because there was the Hall of Fame as well. A bunch of memorabilia and stuff for the fans to do. Now, some of the other stuff they had to do, that was, oh yeah, another good thing is, okay, when I went to the 17, it was at Houston Astrodome. They had something at the time called Astro Hall, and it was in the same complex. So like walked a couple hundred feet. Well, not a couple of feet, but it was first not to walk. So that's a big park one. Same thing with here too. Is that I had a park. Actually I didn't park on the complex this time. I took light rail and walked to both a lot easier and cheaper. But because this time at Reliance Center, which was the Reliance Stadium is on the same complex as the Astrodome. They tore down the Astro Hall and built the Reliance Center, which where the access was this time. So, but I basically a lot of stuff because Sunday morning I would take to walk to Reliance Stadium to get in. Now, the other stuff that went on was on Friday night and early Saturday afternoon. Ring of Honor had a couple of shows. So I went to both of those. Plus Booker T had a little convention where he had like some of his TNA co-workers there, like Mick Foley, Samoa Joe, Sting. That's three that come on top of my head right now that was there. Plus had some like Charlie Blanchard was there, and Daphne was there. That was really cool. Other stuff too, and now that's probably like a prelude to something what they have now called WrestleCon, where they have all the end up pictures taken with the wrestlers. Now with Ring of Honor, they did a couple shows the day before in Orlando, as well. They, like I said, Friday and Saturday night. They had this Saturday night, but for 25 they changed it to the afternoon, because that way people will make the easiest choice to whether they want to go to Reliant, but to the Hall of Fame or not. Good thing for that is that because Houston has two convention centers. One was the Reliant Center, which I talked about. This was out at George O. Brown Convention Center in downtown Houston. Torrey Center's in downtown Houston. So it was a good walk. I mean, close maybe 5-6 blocks. But like people that I saw at the Ring of Honor were likes of Brian Danielson, Ben Owen and WWE's Daniel Bryan, Tyler Black, who is Seth Rollins, Claudio Castagnoli in WWE was Cesaro. Who was this? Nigel McGuinness was there. Jerry Lynn, probably best known for his days in ECW. D'Lo Brown was there. Kamala was there. Bishop Luke was there. So that's nice. Alco Cabana was on the card. So it had a good mix of former WWE guys and future WWE guys on this card, and a couple of people who are now in TNA, and a few people who are in AEW now as well. But it was pretty cool. One thing is, if I had gone to the Hall of Fame, but also went to Access in the day, got a light rail. Walked to the light rail, take it down, and walk about 4-5 blocks to Toyota Center and stuff. So I didn't have to park in one place and don't have to worry about paying for parking the second time. I know a lot of people wouldn't do that, but you're going to save money. And Ring of Honor was the only company that came in and had a show. In 08, TNA did the first live event with 24, but they were taping Impact in Orlando, so that's why they did that. I think it took a couple of years before other organizations starting to do that. So, but there was in the 8 years in between WrestleMania did the stuff go around did grow a little bit. Also a note I might want to mention, no NXT yet. NXT wasn't technically introduced until the following year, but it was not what we know as NXT today. And it still took about 4 or 5 years for NXT to have its own show with WrestleMania. I think might be the first one. I know by 32 they had one. I remember watching that. So I think 30 was the first one that had NXT with Wrestlemania, I think. I could be wrong. So it was, I think, overall pretty good experience. Trying to think anything else? Nothing comes to mind. So, but thank you for watching, and please like, share, subscribe, and if you have any comments, please reply, especially if you've gone to any WrestleMania experiences you've been to. I would like to hear about them, and have a nice day.